Wow, I wonder if my PC will instantly crash not half a second after starting OBS. Okay, well, what am I doing here now? Okay. Roll that back down to 1550. I'm always second guessing the consistency and realism of this. Okay. So I'm gonna be here trying to rationalize some of this stuff as plainly as possible, like going and trying to simplify everything. What is this over? Drive rush. Ah, yes. Which is 1K. Alright. Which is fine. Okay, so... Yeah. Okay, so if... how did I write this before? Pull out a calculator. 7.3 minus 2.85, 4.45 to 7.3. If super 1 plus and okay. Oh. If drive gauge 5 minus and super 1 plus and 4.45, 1.3 default, also down here, default if possible. Well, I should just put if possible. Okay, so default that is purple. It's not the most necessary thing. Okay, and then if 7.3 minus 2.25, right, 5.05 to if 3.05 to, let's say 5 or 5.1. If drive gauge 4 plus, fuck. Okay. Alright. Oh! Yeah, this is kind of weird. I've never actually talked about this or responded to anything. Yeah, I can't, I'm not gonna, I actually don't, for whatever reason, I guess I deleted it at some point, I don't have my, current version of, Being a Dick Season 3, so I'm not gonna upload anything or do any more work until the next episode comes out, which should be within the next month or month and a half or so. Alrighty. This is 3. Autopilot. I'll put that as obvious, so autopilot. If you recognize that you're close enough, it's no different from the route above. Then we have this, which is 5.5. Now this is a little awkward because it's, you know, if DG 5 plus and Super 1 plus and 1.8 to, let's see, 1.8 to, yeah, okay. 1.8 to 3.1. Which is not a huge window, so I can actually extend this to, let's say, 1.7 to 3.2, I guess. That extends it ever so slightly. I think 1.5 is a reasonable window to hit something. The stage is only like 7 squares long, so even still, this requires more recognition, etc. And I actually need to add in two, 3, 3, 3, 0. Let's see, 2.6. This is an awkward thing. Okay, so 2.6 and then 6.5 plus calculation minus 3.7, 0. Oh, shit. Oh, I forget. How far does this work from? So, wait, what is it? I said 1.7 for the previous one, so... No, that's too far. Hey, Aka. Yep, I didn't want to, I was going to do, I have your VOD open, I was going to continue that, but then I was like, I want to rationalize my chart first so that it's much easier to read and just identify the core combos so that there's no confusion. Because I know that I've posted about like level 2 combos in the past or whatever, and I'm of like two minds about level 2 combos now. On one hand, it's like they're not as optimal in terms of resources as level 1 combos for corner carry, but at the same time, level 2 combos are like, you know, you get good value from more of your resources, so that's the difficult part of it. But anyways, yeah, so I'm just rationalizing. These are like the default combos. And then I'm going to be structuring these so I can eliminate combos that don't make sense and just have normal shit. And in fact, I need to add in the drive rush side switch ones just because I need to measure how much sense they practically make. Okay, so medium hooligan, right? So drive rush jab, and then back medium punch target combo. Jump cancel, jump medium punch, and then delay heavy dive kick. So I'm gonna include, so not all, I'm putting these for measurements, not all of these are going to be relevant combos, in case you're concerned, versus, charge H hooligan, so I have, let's see. So delay heavy dive kick, 1428. Side switch at about 5.05. Maximum of 5.05. Corner carry. Effective corner carry. You get full Oki. Like, you do get full crouch fierce ass fucking... Let me go and grab it. Where's crouch fierce? Whatever. Minus 2.7, 0.4, and then 1.7. Yeah, 1.7. It's like 1.7, 1.8. Okay. See, okay, here's the thing. So this category, this line is like what I almost always look for the main value of a combo. This is like regular mid-screen combo value. And as you can see, all of her side switch routes hit about the same value in my calculations, which means that my work is basically pointless because it doesn't tell me which one's better. So I have this side switch route, which gets to about 3569 value. Then I have EX Spiral Arrow side switch route into not taking the uppercut after, which is 3588. And then I have taking the uppercut after, which I loosely measure to be about literally the exact same number. So totally different things, but they all add up to basically the exact same thing. So, you know, fuck me, I guess. Okay, so let's try The same thing. Since that's pointless, I'm going to do micro walk, stand, jab into the same thing. So that changes it to 1434. Two, so I guess it would have been appropriate to put it as 0.7, and then his drive gauge is still basically the same. So that increases it to 3641. Yeah, okay, yeah. After I do my work, if there's not any route, I still have a couple more to measure, but if there's not any route that, like, clearly makes sense, then I don't care, and I'm just gonna pick the most default one. Okay, so this gets to about 1284. I'm going to include the micro walk. 1284. With the slide oki, it gets to about, like, 5.4. I don't know what to measure slide oki in addition to, like, the corner carry at, which... Charge. I actually haven't measured charge hooligan stuff, but it doesn't include the overhead. It's just, and you can just land and do like regular crouch fierce oki, so it should be like the normal thing, but just with more options. So I'm gonna put it somewhere closer to like 1800 arbitrarily. I'll just see what value this produces. 1.6. Minus 2.7, 0.4, it's all the same. Okay, that, with the oki, it looks like that's better. With the added oki of the slide option. Which one of the side switches give us the most amount of true guess mix after? It would definitely be this, Charge Hooligan. Let's see. Yeah, Charge Hooligan gives you the capacity to do early land. You can get meaty stuff like that. If you really wanted to, you could land in the same side. You could probably do that on rare occasions and catch people not blocking the right side. So... and then you get meaty slide that's plus on block and throw range and pushes extra corner carry. So with the slide, block after first hit, your corner carry is looking about like 5.9 plus your, plus mix. So yeah, Charge Hooligan I think makes the most sense. EX Spiral Arrow is like not as much value for its cost. Here, I could... Let's put 0.5. Yeah, let me adjust this really quickly. Drive Rush oki. Let me change it to that, and then I'll see what this looks like. 3625. But they're all actually about the same. So, I would say EX Spiral Arrow into... Again, like, they are so close in value that, like, my numbers work is pointless because my numbers are always going to involve some sort of guesswork, like at least a little bit of assumptions, and so they're within, like, close enough value to each other that it's kind of irrelevant. I would say that EX Spiral Arrow gives you the most corner carry. It leaves them closest to the corner. Uppercut after Spiral Arrow is probably not bad, even though you don't get real oki afterwards. Charge Hooligan. My only thing with Charge Hooligan is that I do think if they block the slide afterwards, that it is a guaranteed drive reversal point, and I do think it's mathematically logical for them to drive reversal it afterwards. and then you get like less corner carry after that, but I don't think players do that. I've never seen someone drive reversal Cammy's slide, so I think I did the math. I think it makes sense, but nobody actually does that, so I don't think it's a problem. So they're all kind of basically the same. Whatever. Not including, which means that I don't have to greatly adjust any of these. So, 6.5, and then how far does it work outside of the corner? Like about 1? I don't mean wake up drive reversal, I mean like block it and then drive reversal. Or parry it and then drive reversal. Which they never do. But they probably should. If drive gauge is at 4.5 plus and super 1 plus and 0 through, or actually rather 1.2 minus. This one is... Yes. Oh, right. I have one more thing to add in here, which is the non-standing route. I actually have not measured this before, so I'll be interested to see if this makes any sense. Back medium punch target combo drive rush. Back medium punch charge H spiral level 1. This one does not require them to be standing. Second default solution to it are people either DP on wake up or parry on wake up. Yeah. Okay, so... Two 192. I'll put it as the same. This is the same. 3.70. And then super gain carries that to 2.5. So it's not that different. So this comes out to, yeah, it's actually barely different. Okay, so the crouch route as well, if you have the 5 bars or 4.5 bars of drive gauge, still worth doing for that. So this would come out to this minus let's say this. If drive gauge 4.5 plus, and it's all the same shit, but if standing. So this is the purple one because you have to identify they're standing. This one works universally and is barely worse, so this one's easier. So I will put that as a blue for good. Good to autopilot. Okay. And the rest of this shit is like whatever. Out of curiosity for how much difference it makes. Not that I think it'll be super relevant. Oops. So 2176 versus, what was the previous one? 2192, barely a difference. And you build more super gauge, so it's still a little bit better. Yeah, okay. So 2 lights to 3 lights doesn't really change the routes. Doesn't make much of a difference. This is the one, okay, this is the one where I stand jab, back medium punch target combo is where I wanted to do a lot of my work here. Default if possible. Let's see, what is this better than? That's not, well, it's only like It's about like 250 extra value for getting that. Okay, so this comes out to, right, extra drive gauge routes. Okay. Back medium punch target combo. Okay, so that's like fine, but I'm gonna put that as a niche. So if drive gauge is between, let's say, 2.5 and 4, and super 1 plus, and distance from corner, you're looking at right. Yeah, okay. And you're looking at, so that's 2.45, which is actually further than normal. So 7.3 minus 2.45, 4.85. .9. Well, 4.8, I should say. Okay, so that's a purple, so not vital for you to learn. The blue ones are like the ones I consider the most default. Purple is with a little bit more effort in identifying the situations that they are optimal in, they're worth adding in. And then anything else is, and those are like the only things that I'm going to actually worry about. I should explain what this is, by the way. So this, what I'm currently doing right now, is, you know how when you do like low forward drive rush on block, and the opponent like tries to avoid your throw by mashing backdash or holding up, you know how you have like a shitty option to go for, which is just like, oh, stand medium punch, and then if they get hit afterwards, you just get that, or if you're like further away, maybe you don't get that, maybe you only get that. Okay, you know how that like sucks ass, right? So if you're a little closer, now this doesn't work if you're super far away like that, but so if you are close like this, another option you could go for is a slight delay into stand jab back medium punch to try to catch them with that. Now, if you do this too much, maybe the opponent will start trying to challenge the gap in between those. I don't think they're going to be super liable to do that a lot of the time. And this, if it hits, is more rewarding than doing just the stand medium punch. It is more rewarding, not by a massive value, but the main thing that this gives you is that in other circumstances, compared to just doing like lights or just doing stand medium punch, is that doing this route, if you have other resources like a little bit more drive gauge or super, this route is what allows you to get the corner from way further away than just doing stand medium punch. So like in this instance, right, if you do this and you catch them like jumping out or backdashing, if you were to do stand medium punch, you would just do that and you take a knockdown into nothing, right? But if you do this, you have more options for corner carry with resources. So this is like a thing that I want to study and measure out, because this is not something that Cammy players do a lot of the time, but I think it probably, in some places, the value differential is high enough that it makes sense to implement it. So specifically for, yeah, those side switch routes when you're like really cornered, or I would say the main places would be like, if you have high drive gauge, like if you were just, I think that you would mostly do this situation off of a drive rush cancel, which would limit your potential options afterwards, because even if you do this knockdown, right, which you double dash and you're only +2, well, the difference here compared to the drive rush is that you can just do stand medium punch, and you're close enough to just get that from stand medium punch, which you're not close enough if you do a drive rush on block. So that one is like way better, and you don't have to do the stand jab stuff. So that's why, like, this thing that I'm measuring here, I think only applies to, you would only actually do it after a drive rush cancel like that, so yeah. There may be other places, like, for instance, let me just, like, test a few things out. So, no, that's not gonna work. Okay, if they, like, block count 1, okay, this would work as well. Drive rush roundhouse, which leaves you the closest out of all of her drive rush options, except for, like, back medium punch, for instance. So maybe if you do, like, drive rush back medium punch or drive rush roundhouse, you may also implement this. Ah, there you go, see? But this time, if you do that, you're too far away to get drive rush back heavy medium punch afterwards. So you'd have to get that, but then you can't get that into heavy spiral arrows, so it's worse. Now, you still have some options that should work just fine, like you can do that into... No, that's too far away as well. So you would have to do jump options to be able to get extra corner carry from this. Oh, shit. What the fuck? So anyways, that's the kind of shit that... But also, she has a lot of options off of that can adjust the corner carry to differing amounts with different amounts of resources. So my main concern with this is that it's probably going to get confusing. And so I want to try to do this work to simplify this in particular. So, back medium punch, stand jab, back medium punch versus... Where did I put, like, stand medium punch in my notes? Regular, stand medium punch. Come on, where is it? Stand medium punch, 3 lights. Where it comes out to about 4336. But that's an arbitrary value. Where do I have that? Yeah, whatever, it's fine. So, not that much value if you're not going to do special routes that get extra corner carry. If you just do it by itself, it's like, you know, probably worth doing some of the time, but it mainly seems to be valuable for the corner carry. So the main things I would say is EX dive, medium spiral arrow, that's 1415 versus, how about... That's 3.5 corner carry. Well, this one is 4.1 with 1 extra bar of drive gauge corner carry. This one is 5.1. Okay, so every amount of drive gauge lets you extend the corner carry by a whole square of the grid. So... Okay, so doing 1 bar of drive gauge after the back medium punch target combo lets you get 3.5 corner carry. 2 bars lets you get 4.1 corner carry, and then 3 bars lets you get 5.1 corner carry, all without needing super. And then if you have a level 1, you can spend some amount of drive gauge and get full essentially corner to corner. 6.55 is pretty much corner to corner, so. Alrighty. I need a drink. I will be right back. I need a certain amount of minimum caffeine in the morning or I instantly drop dead. Okay. Alright. So. Bag medium punch target combo. So EX dive level 1 I think is only makes sense if you don't have enough drive gauge to extend it further, but it may make sense that you might not have enough drive gauge if you're doing it after a dry rush cancel on block. So, it depends on how practical this is. This may be more relevant, or it may be less relevant, depending on what situations you land this in, or go for this in. And, yeah. EX Spiral, Dry Brush, EX Dive. I didn't include. $15.67. Now, this I would say is equal to, let's see, Dry Rush. Where do I have this? Okay, here. No, that. Wait. No, this. This plus 3725 times 0.7. Kind of awkward to explain what that means, but don't worry about it. 3.5, probably 3.55 at least, 1.6. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. This is about -1 and 0.4. So this one comes out to borderline not being even worth it, even if it does get the corner carry. So that one is like whatever. It's fine. Like it may make sense. So that's So 3.55, so that's, I'm going to say if drive gauge is, well, whatever. If, like, drive gauge is fine. Between 2 and, actually, between 2.5 and fucking I don't care. Okay, that's less relevant there. And, distance is between 0.3 minus 3.6, no, 3.7. So, because it's driver shoki. 3.6 to 7.3. 2.45, right, so 2.5, 4.8, so kind of a small window for it to be relevant, and it's a niche enough situation that it won't happen that much, so I'm gonna poo-poo that. It's whatever. It's worth it if you want to put the effort in, I guess. Okay. Then we have the next most corner carry for a little bit more drive gauge would be this. This is another awkward thing. What did I put for the Oki here? I did include, so that's, okay, that's like less relevant for, not relevant for the corner carry. So if drive gauge is equal to 2.5 to, yeah, 5 or whatever, and distance from the corner, 7.3, 4.1, 2, so 4.2, so 3.1, 2, 3.6, so that's less relevant. So, okay, so this one is actually more relevant because this is a smaller window for it to even be relevant. So, this one, I'm going to eliminate that one. This one probably makes more sense. It's at least a wider range for it to be relevant. But the main reason you would probably do this is for, like, big shit. Like big full side switches, like I was demonstrating, where if you would do that, you would do this is like almost the main purpose of doing that. So and then yeah, to enormous value. What did I even measure this against? 440. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Alright, if drive gauge is what? If it's anything. If it's like 1.5 to anything. 1.5 plus, and super is 1 at least. And distance from the corner is like 1.2 minus. Oh, actually, this should work from further away from the corner because it's technically yeah. So this one should work up to like 1. Well, not as far as I thought. 1.3 minus, let's say. So this is clearly good, clearly powerful, worth going for, etc. Alrighty, and then we got, so for the corner one, 5480 versus standing medium punch, which is 4842, 5480, yeah, okay. So, yeah. And this also makes sense to do in the corner if you do, like, a dry brush and you lock them down. with something like that. You have to be careful, though, because if you do drive rush, stand jab will get you the closest, but you may have to take a small, like, step forwards first, or do it from a different drive rush button that guarantees leaving you closer, or always do back medium punch, because it guarantees that you're very close. Close enough for this to reach. Because if you're at max range, low forward specifically, and you do this, then it won't work. Especially if you do crouch jab, which has gets you less close. So that is much more valuable than doing that. But the stand medium punch would be more valuable if they mash and get counter hit. So it depends on the opponent's habits. I would say they're probably not going to be mashing there, but so, okay, so this is all, like, sort of kind of niche situations. The main thing to worry about is the side switch route. So, off of drive rush, off of crouch, medium kick, drive, okay, drive rush, stand fierce, that's for, like, other shit that doesn't really matter as much. Numbo, EX dive, rush, stand fierce, yeah, etc., whatever. Okay, but more simply, okay, alright, this is the main notes, is that if you get, so generally speaking, if you get a low forward whiff punish or a buffer, or if you get stand jab, crouch strong, counter hit, unless you need the drive gauge to get the corner, like here, unless you need it to get the corner, just do heavy spiral arrow. If you're, like, in mid-screen or whatever, and you can't get, like, a route that gives you a side switch that will reach the corner, or you don't have the drive gauge and the level 1 to do so, in normal circumstances, if you get a whiff punish, you don't spend drive gauge, just do that. It's not worth it to spend drive gauge unless you need it for the corner. Which, you probably often will be in a position where you can get the corner, so maybe that's an irrelevant point, but this especially applies to the corner. It's not worth it to drive rush cancel this. It's just like you don't get enough off of it for it to be worth that. It is off of just raw crouch medium punch. It is worth it to do this, but off of stand jab, crouch strong, or low forward, if you know you're going to get the hit, it's not worth it. Just spiral arrow. So that's the default in that circumstance. Drive rush in mid-screen is not worth it, but let's say you do crouch fierce. So the difference in corner carry between this and this is like 1.2. The main corner carry is obviously the ones that you're familiar with, which are like the side switch one and then the forward one that are standing specific. But if they're not standing when you catch them, you may do this route, which is less corner carry than either of them, but it will mean the difference between 1.2 of distance from doing your normal combo. So if you are 1.2 of distance, that extension with an extra drive gauge in a level 1 may be worthwhile. Okay. Yep. Yeah. All this stuff. Crouching heavy punch. Yeah, so crouch medium punch is worth it to drive rush cancel, even if you could have gotten the hit cleanly without it. Crouch medium kick and counter hit jab, crouch strong, which both have the same effective scaling, are not worth spending drive gauge on if you don't have to. Unless it gives you an extra benefit. So that's like the general rule of thumb. And crouching medium punch in a drive rush cancel is like way stronger than crouch medium kick. A very significant difference in value. Okay, heavy spiral. Oh, right. This was full drive gauge. This is worth doing full drive gauge. Oh, drivers cancel, whatever. It's fine. Delay whiff side switch. Okay. Zitra. Crouch fierce, crouch medium punch, heavy spiral arrow. Not worth it to drive rush cancel after that, unless you get the corner. Unless you need it to get the corner. And then, yeah, a lot of these things are probably a bit more self-explanatory. There's a couple niche routes that, like, I would not worry about at all, where it's like, let's say you land a jump in here. It may be worthwhile to just do, like, some special route like this, you know? But, so it may be optimal to do something like this. But it's like, to identify the spacing and, like, resources that would make that optimal, compared to just doing, like, button drive rush, etc., is, very specific, and these routes are very different than all of her normal routes, so it would be hard to remember them. And, like, frankly, Cammy's combos are not that different from each other. Like, combo routing, at least in terms of, like, once you understand what you need to do to get the corner carry for, the corner carry to, get closer to the corner. Oh, right, I should also mention, if you don't have a level 1, but you get, like, a low forward or a crouch strong, drive rush cancel, and you have, like, a decently healthy amount of drive gauge, another option that you can do is drive rush into do the back roundhouse, then do drive rush, stand fierce, this, into that, and then double dash, and then that will give you a bigger chunk of corner carry. And there's also routes that if you're getting nearer to the corner, you can also do routes that you do spiral arrow, light spiral arrow afterwards into just a medium uppercut. So those are and those are good. Those are perfectly fine combos. They're very good. I would say that the only thing is that Cammy's drive gauge is worth probably the most when she's either getting like, you know, she's using it to land hits in neutral, like doing unconfirmable hits into drive rush cancel, raw drive rush stand jab, and it, like, fucking whiff punishes something in some fucked up manner. By the way, I did measure this situation as well. It's not worth it to spend drive gauge after this combo. Just do the normal combo. It's not worth it to, like, do something like this. So, yeah. I mean, that's generally, like, the story of the tale. You know, it's like, Cammy's drive gauge value is pretty low compared to some other characters. She doesn't get that much extra value a lot of the time unless she does these, like, big extra corner carry routes. So that's basically the only thing that I think is that important to learn. And then my only other thing is that, like, punishes on DPs. I'm sure we've talked about this before, but punishes on DPs for, like, making sure you get the neutral jumps to begin with. That's about it. When you're at full drive gauge and you get a punish on an EXDP or something, it is worth it to do this into another drive rush cancel. Only when you're at full drive gauge. It doesn't make sense to do if you're not at full drive gauge. And as you can see, if you're approaching the corner, it just makes more sense to just do the neutral jump anyways, but... into whatever. Anyways. Yeah, so then I just have, like, the max damage routes. Some of these I actually nerfed to be the easier versions of combos. For instance, all these, fucking... yeah, all these routes I changed from back heavy kick routes to, like, charge heavy uppercut routes, just because they're easier, much easier to execute. And they're only, like, slightly less damage. They're, like, 50, 60 less damage. I started going through these, mapping out which ones make the most sense to memorize. Yeah. The only thing that's, like, a clear sign... okay, so let me, like, demonstrate. The only thing that's, like, clearly by far and away, like, you need to know is, for example, this. Punish counter, jump heavy kick, back heavy kick, level 2 route at 0.1. As you can see, this does, like, 700 more damage than the level 1 route that you would get from the same circumstance. Usually you're not adding, like, 700 damage from a level 2 to a level 1. This is, like, the only specific route that's, like, damage optimal for quite a while. Quite a high amount of drive gauge, which is just this. And so that chunks with, you don't need a lot of drive gauge, you just need specific hits, and then you can dump damage if you have a level 2. That only makes sense if you're going to kill them. It doesn't make sense as a practical combo because you get no Oki and no control and whatever, but... anyways. So yeah, let's go back to the VOD. Okay, again, I remember what we picked off last time. Again, this is another situation where you got low forward drive rush, but it wasn't for hitting him low. And you didn't need the distance. It was just for catching him doing a delay jab. So crouching medium punch would have done the same thing, but given you a lot more damage. I don't think it's relevant here. Actually, you should have definitely killed here. Crouching medium punch instead probably would have allowed you to kill with only a level 1, probably not even a level 1. I like that drive rush cancel on lights. With this high of a life lead, even putting yourself close to burnout is not really a big deal. I like that. Crouch light kick, walk up throw. Man, that move is cheap. Let's see. This Jodan kick. Again, I don't play against a lot of Ryu. That looked like medium Jodan kick? What is that on block these days? I always forget. Yeah, -8. Not going to be punishable, probably. It's stand light kick range. Not even with a super. It is what it is. I gotta say, it's funny that, like, I feel like lights buffered into specials, like light kick buffered into spiral arrow, is probably stronger than, like, I would naturally think. Like, I never remind people to do it, but it's probably really strong. Weird. Silly. I don't think that's what you wanted, but... Okay, so like this is a situation, right, where you got jab, low forward, or jab, crouch strong, right? So it's like you either just take the heavy spiral arrow knockdown, or you commit to getting the corner with resources. So here you could have done drive rush, back heavy kick, etc. And then you could have done the route that I just said, that I just showed you with, you didn't have to level 1 could have been fine here, but you could also save level 3 for reacting to fireballs to close out the round, or stopping him from being able to throw fireballs unanimously. But so with this space where you were at, right? With you had a high drive gauge, so you were like, right? So like, commit to getting the corner carry, or just take a regular heavy spiral arrow knockdown. He was already in the corner. I don't even know why I bothered to say that. I actually thought he was not going to be in the corner, but fuck me. I misread the stage entirely. That should kill. Yep, that's good. Yeah, DI is kind of a rough thing against... His heavy Hashigeki is also fucked up. I will say a lot of the things that he's doing are not like true frame traps that will like yield. So like for instance, like after this, he's not frame trapping you a lot. He's like sometimes doing walk up throw. Maybe sometimes he's doing like 2 lights that he could convert into like a shitty knockdown, but... And then, yeah, that was an obvious mistake. And I don't think he's done that much low forward drive rush, so you can probably walk back a bit more as well. But yeah, it's rough. Yeah, see, a lot of the times he's doing these buttons, but he's doing them into the skipping turns actions. Crouching light kick, another deep walk up into forward throw, so this is like one of those rare instances where I think you could probably be more buttonsy, or at least more movementy. Like after a delay of blocking, like he's not going to convert onto anything, so you can either do a delay jab more, or you can do delay neutral jump, delay back jump, etc. Delay forward jump as well. Like if he's committing to something, he's not gonna... There you go. He did low forward drive rush. So yeah. Oh, no conversion there. Did I already watch this part? I know I didn't finish this match.
Look at this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Other character positive about was Kuma that would like to play, and I played that Kuma for a little bit, but it was just not being what I wanted.
Low forward drive rush. You maybe needed the distance of low forward here to get the pickup that crouch strong wouldn't have been able to, but I'm not sure.
And also, Cammy just turned out to be an extremely good character that season.
Nice. Could have been heavy spiral arrow, but it's not the biggest issue. That was punishable.
And also, Cammy
His target combo commitment. Yeah, you have to just, like, keep holding up there. Just let yourself get hit by holding up, and then just keep holding up. She doesn't have great ways of stopping you from just holding up without spending drive rush cancels. Yeah, and then that's just guessing, so. I don't think you have to walk back this far when you empty jump. Like here. I don't think, like, I think you can just sit, like, anything that's just out of normal throw range, so long as the opponent is not super threatening with button drive rush cancel on block, then I don't think it matters. Oh, you can EXDP that almost guaranteed. The back medium kick target combo for Manon. I think you probably know that, but just in case you didn't. Even if she drive rush cancels, it's guaranteed. Oh, this is the same. I just rebound. Yeah. Okay. Nice pickup. Could have been heavy spiral arrow. It's fine. Yeah. That was terrible. It is not worth the drive rush cancel in the first place. You were a bit low on drive gauge to do it. And also, bad combo. But it's fine. Punish. That, the drive gauge spin there. Here's the thing, is that I don't think that Cammy gets that, even if you were, like, gonna burn yourself out or whatever, I don't think Cammy gets that much damage value by extending with more drive rush cancels than necessary. So, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's a big detriment to burn yourself out here, but I think it would have been better to burn yourself out on block, doing more drive rush cancel pressure. Especially because she's low on drive gauge right now, so you could have, like, done the normal knockdown, then done, like, stand fierce drive rush. And then, you know, applied that pressure. And, like, started getting her drive gauge super low as well. So, like, the most that you can chunk her drive gauge in with, like, 1 or more bars of drive gauge, which you would have had here, would have been, like... So you had, like, 1.1 bars of drive gauge when you spent it. So with 1.1 bars of drive gauge, you could do... No, you can't do back medium punch into stand fierce, but... Let's see. What guaranteed stuff do you get? No, that's not guaranteed. Okay, so you would either just have to do this, which takes, is a true block string through that takes 1.1 bars of drive gauge, or you could do something like that takes a bit more. Nice, could have killed, but it's fine. That, I think you actually did hit him low, and you're at full drive gauge, so it makes sense to just apply the pressure to begin with. Tick throw. Drive rush. I like that after forward throw against Manon. Let me check if she does wake up level 1, let's say. Okay, so you can do drive rush crouch light kick, and it will meaty her, but she can't reversal it with level 1. She will be able to reversal other stuff, but drive rush crouch light kick after forward throw is a meaty that's safe to level 1. So, just so you know. I didn't see that. Good. Unnecessary drive rush cancel. Doesn't give you anything here. It's taking the normal combo. Yeah. But you're still in a fine situation. Now again, a lot of the times, I think I mentioned this last time, a lot of the times when you do a dive kick, your often default is just to walk backwards. Like, I understand that you're waiting to block, but you don't do, like, a lot of delay actions, like delay jump, like delay neutral jump or forward jump after you block for a second. And you could apply more pressure by doing that in the close range, especially. Delay, forward jump, fast dive kick, shallow dive kick, or delay, forward jump, light kick. Tragic. That could have been a much worse combo from Manal. And that could have killed you. He dropped the combo. Okay, again. So that's, like, fine. You could have gotten a better combo with drive gauge. I would say a 4-bar route probably makes more sense. A 0-bar route or a 4-bar route makes sense there. Let's see. Yeah. This is a lot of staggery pressure. She can't command throw you after this knockdown. Her stand fierce is far enough to reach, but she can't actually command throw you, so you don't need to hold up here. You can just walk backwards. Nice pickup. What'd you do here? I want to see what you actually did here. Dash up, crouch fierce. Yeah, okay. So this is another one of those things where it's like, once you do your buffer, your crouch medium kick or medium punch buffer into drive rush cancel or whatever you were inputting it into, you don't have to think about it anymore because you've already done it. You've done the action that you wanted. It's up to the fucking gods now. So you can just put all of your attention into setting up, pumping a DP for anti-air in case they happen to jump. This is fucking anti-air struggle's real. The most deflating thing about Cammy is how bad her anti-airs are. The fact that she's like the only character that gets no Oki off of her uppercut is so cringe. Let me see. What was this knockdown? Oh, right. Okay, so I forget. Let me remember for my brain space. I'm pretty sure off of that knockdown, that's one of those knockdowns that Manon does that, like, if she drive rushes afterwards, you can just pump an EXDP every single time she does that, and if you see green, just DP. Just EXDP. There's almost nothing she can do to stop it when she's committed to the drive rush. So, yeah. I would be prepared to... So, like, there's certain characters that, like, commonly have to do drive rush to get Oki off of search. For instance, whenever I play against a Cammy, I spar with Bluo in the Discord all the time, and every single time, literally every single time, he does like forward throw or whatever. He does a huge variety of stuff afterwards, but every single time he does forward throw, I'm always pumping level 1, or like an EXDP, or depending on what character I'm playing, or like EX Headbutt, in case I see the green. That's very doubly so for Mana, who's much more threatening if you don't stop her green bullshit on her Oki. Bad combo from this guy. And I'm hungry. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I'm gonna have to take a break at some point. A lot. Okay, like 5 times so far, I feel like, in this match, this guy's gotten either DP anti-aired or EX DP'd, and then you dash forwards and do heavy kick, and he immediately mashes. You mash, stand, light kick, drive rush, cancel, etc.
How many times this guy jump on me?
Look into that, into getting true meaties off of those situations. Okay, that clearly should have been a drive rush route into a side switch. Or it would have been... Abelard has break. Manon has break. Break. What does break mean? Off of hit grab. Look. Let's say she grabs, right? She's still getting hit. This is character specific. Like, Ryu's DP would whiff here. You are correct. Ryu's DP would whiff here. I think maybe Luke's or whatever. Cammy's EXDP goes really far. Cammy's EXDP will hit her at this distance, no matter what she does. Plus, it's also not super relevant. Even if she could bait out Cammy's DP in a practical sense, one, it's not super relevant off of hit grab because, like, that kind of tech makes more sense if you're far enough away that you wouldn't just get hit by, like, a low forward afterwards, like a wake up, delay low forward, or mash low forward. And two, it still requires them to do something very specific to bait it out. Now, again, like I said, Cammy's EXDP hits everything there. It's not a problem, but... Okay, drive rush. Probably unnecessary drive rush cancel there. But I think yours should be fine. Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah. You can't kill off this anyway, but you can reset whenever
You did a terrible combo.
Hello. Hi there, man.
This is a nice shimmy. Yeah. So this is unfortunate. This is fine. Good block on that. And then, yeah. That's probably unnecessary. But you have to be specifically at like half stage or closer before level 1 gets the actual corner. So.
Yeah, makes sense.
Actually, against a lot of what these people do when they're playing, you could do just like a couple delay neutral jumps, and it would punish a lot of their panic shit.
Plays each for the player. In like negative and +3 scenarios are like really bad for the player.
Reverse throw. It's fine.
Having to deal with them consistently.
Nice anti-air.
It's just a matter of time until you get blown up for it, because it's just a constant guess. Like, it doesn't matter who you fight. That's the thing that makes me strong, right? It doesn't matter who you fight. Everybody has to guess in that situation. It's just like true mix. And then when it does happen, kind of fucked. Boom, boom, jump for me. Really? Really?
All right. You probably could have killed with a level 2, full drive rush extension into level 2, but...
Really? Really?
All of this bullshit, like, as if you just input a drive rush, like just a raw drive rush in neutral, and then you can cover it with, like, a late stand jab or something in case he's standing. But, like, Chun doesn't have great buffers without super or without, like, without a level 3 or without drive gauge. So it's, like, the worst that you would take, even if she does buffer, is, like, that, and then she gets, like, no offense off of that. Because she can't actually buffer anything into a knockdown. So
Really?
you can just raw drive rush at her when she's, like, in burnout, jumping around like this. And then...
Really?
That was a great anti-air on the neutral jump, but yeah, you can just raw drive rush, and then the screen freeze will let you see, like, all of his neutral jumping bullshit, and then you can probably just EXDP him or super him. Bad combo from this guy. Good.
Oh, I should have done level 2 right there.
Yeah. Corner carry or level 3 for burnout would have been good here, yeah.
I should have done level 2.
And when you are, like I said, when you are at full drive gauge and you get a DP punish, it makes sense to start with Drive Rush Fierce. That's one of the only times, other than if you need it to kill, that I would recommend starting a DP punish with Drive Rush Stand Fierce. But it does make sense when you're at 6 bars.
Oh, I should have done level 2 right there.
I also do generally think that players at this level or higher are not going to tech a lot. And there's a lot of instances where you could afford to really abuse meaty throws more. That's unfortunate. I don't know why you got hit there. Actually, how did we get here? It's fine, yeah, just raw jump. That was good. That could have been into a level 3, but it's fine. And then that was a bad drive rush cancel. One, it's unnecessary because she's in burnout, so even if you were going to do a drive rush cancel or something to keep up the pressure, it doesn't have to be from low forward. If she's in burnout, you can just do like low forward that into into stand jab drive rush. But yeah, totally unnecessary to burn yourself out here, especially when you can just like easily like apply very obnoxious offense. EU players are delay tech bots. Like they do delay tech a lot, or they just are shockingly consistent at knowing when they're going to be shimmied and when they're not going to be shimmied. It was a weird hooligan, and then, yeah. After forward throw, you can pretty much just like abuse the classics. Just do like meaty spiral arrow or something. I don't know why you got hit there. That was awkward. And then I think you're in a tough situation here. Yeah. He's kind of like, you're both kind of playing a little weird. Yeah. Weird conversion. I don't know why you were doing stand medium punch after the jump cross up. And you saw that you were going to get the hit. You could have just done like crouch fierce, but even if you weren't going to get crouch fierce, you could do stand medium punch into back medium punch here.
I need my drive gauge back up. I fumbled.
Yeah, your walking is kind of, it looks a little awkward right here. Like you've like walked forwards like clean into a lot of actions, a lot of forward movement. He's kind of just like moving erratically back and forth and just jumping a lot. The counter to that is generally consistently just raw drive rush. You can see that was a sick air throw. I do think when you're at full drive gauge like this after a knockdown, it is worth it for Cammy to take drive rush Oki. I don't think it's worth it to extend her combo here with drive rush cancel, but drive rush Oki, you can at least layer, apply different pressure. There's a little like, this is a sequence that can only happen if you're like, okay, I'm playing a little predictable. I can't believe this 1700 MR player just does like heavy legs, which is -3 on block, then just mashes jab. That's awesome. The only reason this guy's MR is up here is because he just doesn't tech.
Being social for months, Leah, 3 months in a row, huge.
Let me see. Yeah. This was a fine route. You could have done a 1-bar route, but this was an acceptable level 1 route. Yeah. And then, like I said, it's mostly just what I talked about. Oh, the clear air. Not heavily punished from him. But like I said, it's mostly just what I talked about yesterday, which is like you can take more liberties on offense and like force them to do stuff. Some of your actions like are a little like panicky, like frantic in a way that I don't think is necessary. Like, he has no approach. He's not even doing fireball drive rush or like getting in by that. He's only just jumping. So
That fucking sucks.
yeah. Yeah, I actually don't know. Like, I have no advice. Like, obviously that was just, like, weird, inconsistent play.
Like act against it, right? Since it's not a real punish,
Kind of just doing shit
for the long
that I don't know entirely why.
still an RPS, but
You
you know,
kick.
it's-
Damn. Optimal. See, like, this... Okay, this is, like, an example of, like, the kind of thing that, like, you could implement more in your game is... He didn't EXDP you, necessarily speaking, because he's, like, super consistent at blowing up fake shit like that. He EXDP'd you because, like, he's sitting there. He's doing very light pressure. He did, like, 2 jabs, and he just sits there crouch blocking. Why did he EXDP you? Because he put you in the corner. He sees you have he sees you have full drive gauge, and he's like, okay, this guy's gonna do, like, low forward drive rush or something to try to, like, win neutral, force a side switch, get out, etc. He's gonna spend his drive gauge, and then so, like, he knew, like 4 seconds ago at least, that exactly what you were gonna try, and then so he was already preparing to counter it. So, like, that's, like, those are the kind of situations where it's like, if it's obvious what the opponent's, like, gonna be looking for and trying to do, like, okay, Chun-Li, right? Chun-Li is going to do low forward drive rush more than a lot of other characters. Partly because it makes sense for a character, and partly because that's just how Chun-Li players play. I couldn't exactly tell you why, but the Chun-Li players' meta is a lot more willing to do low forward drive rush on block than a lot of other characters. Probably because their stand medium punch is so good. But the thing about that is that that means that you can give liberties in neutral. You can walk forwards and block. She does low forward drive rush. You can drive reversal it. And then you're like, okay, well, now I'm winning neutral. And I'm getting in. Nice. This is another situation where your stand light kick, if it had been drive rush canceled, would have gotten a conversion. And, like, I think that's, like, one of the most cost-effective way to spend drive gauge with Cammy in the corner. Like, I actually don't think that, like... I think that people are really passive and don't want to get hit by Cammy shit in the corner. I generally think that you're going to have a higher hit success rate by doing staggered light pressure into lights into drive rush cancel than doing, like, mediums into drive rush cancel like this. All right, so you got some raw information here. He looks pretty prepared for the Cammy matchup because his response to you jumping in the corner was to parry. That means that he's used to playing against Cammy, and he knows the easiest counter to Cammy's forward jump stuff. See? Okay, another thing that I've been talking about that I think he should input. He did a simple, like, frame trap. He did a delay block. Then he did just forward jump. Delay, forward jump. Block, delay, forward jump. Cammy can do that, but literally just better. And then, how did he anti-air you after this? Let's see. Very light on the pressure. He just walks backwards and then... Yeah, this guy looks good, actually. Very, very used to the Cammy matchup, obviously. I will say, though, this was another example of, like, when you start kind of autopiloting your neutral and your sort of interactions, like you get knocked away a lot of the times. Again, some of the fireball characters you autopilot to heavy knuckle even if you're really far away. But a lot of the times you're autopiloting to the same, like, spacing of dive kick. You like, jump and dive kick in a similar way, and it's not, like, diversifying your jump approach by taking more liberties, walking forward more, doing, like, jumps that are going to land, like, directly above the opponent's head in awkward ways. Okay, that was another... you got the perfect parry, that's fine. It's gonna happen sometimes, but that's another situation where it's like, you do the poke in neutral, there's literally nothing you need to be looking for after you do the poke, just pump DP. Pump DP after, like, every medium, or, like, heavy kick that you hit. Okay, this is another situation where it's, like, a little bit too frequent, like too frequent on the go-to, like, delay, crouch, medium punch, drive rush buffer, or whatever. Like, you can take... these are situations where your frequency to always do, like, delay or slight walk back, crouch, medium punch, or crouch, medium kick, drive rush cancel. Like, you could be applying other stuff. These are places where I think delay neutral jump, delay forward jump, or even, like, delay stand jab into something, or stand light kick, drive rush cancel, stand jab into forward jump, etc. Like, you have a lot of other sort of delay defensive options to start abusing. It's known to EXDP a lot. I will say, like, his neutral is not, like, he's not, like, forcing his way in most of the time. He's not, like, getting really close, doing low forward drive rush a lot. He's not jumping. He's not doing, like, drive rush, crouch. He's not even doing a lot of, like, drive rush, crouch, jab, or suppressor. So, okay, unnecessary burnout. Yeah, I don't know why you did double drive rush cancel here. Clearly a big error. Alright, it's fine. Nice.
Oh my god.
That's... Okay, Luke's is a DP you can just neutral jump, autopilot. The only DPs that are, like, awkward to neutral jump, there's a couple that you're not quite plus enough to neutral jump after. The most important one to know about is Guile's, because the frame data on Guile's flash kick, his EX flash kick, is different depending on whether or not you blocked it standing or crouching. So if he does... If you block it crouching, you're plus 37, which means that you can get... Which means that you're more plus, so there's something... Yeah, you can get neutral jump, jump, heavy punch. You just have to time it correctly. But if you block it standing, the second hit connects with you, and it's only minus 33, so you can't get a neutral jump punish here. That's the only one that's particularly awkward. And then I think, like, Jamie's and stuff, some of the ones that don't leave the ground, you don't get a full neutral jump punish on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was cringe. This guy's neutral is fucking good. I would advise, like, other things you could do, but... He's not, like, he doesn't have, like, major gaps in his gameplay, I'll be honest. Nice perfect parry back throw. Oh, no back throw? Back throw would have been fine. If you can get back throw, just do back throw. Nice throw. Yep. Good shit. Could have been a better combo. It's fine. That's also fine. Oh, one thing I will also say for, like, trying to, like, use your drive gauge is you don't want to always be doing this shit on block. Like, this is, like, one of the best ways to use your drive gauge if you're at full drive gauge, but you at least want to, like, try to play in a way more that it will yield more on hit. So, like, one of the things, for example, okay, like, for instance, let's say Nephew plays Jury, right? Jury has, like, a super far crouch medium kick. He could totally just do, like, go in and then crouch medium kick, like that if he wanted to, but he will often do like walk up, crouch, medium kick like way closer because he's trying to get you to flinch. He's trying to get a counter hit or a delay walk back or something. So I would say you can probably apply more, as Cammy, you can probably apply more raw drive rush, stand jab, stand fierce, and then, yeah, like walk up and then start doing jab staggers. You can totally throw off a person. Okay, here's like another way that you can throw people off. You can do literally just whiff jab in their face, low forward drive rush. They'll react to the whiff jab. They'll be like, shit, he whiffed, but it's only light. I'll take my turn. Maybe I'll walk back, whatever. Low forward immediately hits, drive rush. Shit like that is like ridiculously strong, especially for people that are not giving you big openings a lot of the time. This was, I'm sure this was just an input error. I'm sure you meant to buffer this, so I would categorize this as another mistake. Nice-oo. Level 1 doesn't do anything at that point. Level 1 is only for the corner carry, or the only way that the only place that you do it for like damage and stuff is just when you do like 2 or 3 light confirms at or near the corner. Yeah, the level 1 doesn't help you there. Alright, mistake. Nice. Yeah. You'd be surprised how much you can get away with hooligan overhead. Especially like all strengths of hooligan overhead are actually good. Because like light and medium will like go over people's instinctive jabs or reactions to it. So yeah. So another thing you could have done there is jab is a great way to like start messing with your timing and spacing. If the opponent's like always blocking you, jab either on connection or on whiff is a great way to start shit. Because you can do jab on whiff, then do light kick, you can do stand jab. You can do stand jab crouch strong looking for the confirm, or you can do like stand jab drive rush cancel and you can blow up people for trying to interrupt it. You can do stand jab, stand light kick, drive rush cancel. And especially whiff jab or stand jab, forward jump, light kick. Especially that. Let me tell you, there is no such thing as someone who anti-airs Cammy. There are only Cammy players that are not jumping in as fucked up ways as they could be. There is not anti-airing Cammy. That is not existing. Yeah, clear mistake. Did you backtech this or no? I'm surprised he got Oki from that. Hang on, let me see what this interaction was. You did not backtech this. I was like, I don't think he gets Oki from random fireball on juggle. You didn't backtech, that's why. Again, I would say like delay neutral jump or delay forward jump would be a good thing to like diversify your passive defense. Nice heavy kick. You've placed a lot of those in ways that have hit him quite well. Unfortunate. Okay, he actually is pretty consistent at that. Yeah, that was just spacing trap. They buffed that. Yeah, that was just a basic spacing trap. You might not... Okay, here, you might not know this, but Luke's Oki is actually fucking bad after this level 2. He's, like, barely plus. He's, like, I forget if he's, like, plus 2 or 3 or something, but he's, like, not close enough to do crouch medium punch into, like, any big shit. He's only close enough for throw, so a lot of the times they'll just do meaty throw after this. Fine. Nice. I do think side switch routes are worthwhile in these circumstances. Anytime you get the corner, the charge hooligan routes. I know you didn't have level 1, so you couldn't have gotten like the great side switch, but at least doing like just this. If you don't have your big shit, then just do like this. Nice heavy kick. Yeah, you placed those well. You could afford to like use them more. Damn. Okay, he did the wrong knockdown. This is one of those things that like starts happening is like you did a delay button and he did a delayed button, and like whoever wins there when you both do a delay button is kind of inconsistent, because like it's not that you did the wrong action necessarily, it's that like the timing was a little awkward. Like his timing of his delay button just happened to hit your timing of your delay button, and that's just like that happens a lot actually. Not against you, but I just mean in general in the game. Yeah, this is just miserable. Yeah, that should be dead. What was that jump? It was a good anti-air, actually. It wasn't a terrible jump. I mean, you can like fuck with your jumps more, but oh, nice pickup. This is a niche situation. I don't think you were quite close enough to the... Well, let me see how close you were to the corner there. Oh, wait, I actually went forward instead of backwards. So the thing about this is that, like, if your neutral is too much, like... Now, okay, there's no such thing as Cammy's neutral being too much jumps. It's just a matter of how you do them. But if your regular neutral is too much, just... You have high drive gauge, you do this on block, the opponent just waits for you to do it on block. They either take the mix, or maybe at a higher level they like start option selecting EXDP or drive reversaling it or something. Like you were playing, what, Kungster? And he was always just like waiting for you. Whenever you had 6 bars, he would like sit there in neutral, you would do low forward, and he would immediately drive reversal it, right? So the thing about that is that like the way that you fuck with that is you start engaging with shit like heavy kick, stand jab, like mainly those two, heavy kick, stand jab, and maybe stand light kick. And then so you can like just play in ways that are like not drive gauge intensive, but you're not trying to get in. You're like maybe trying to get a hit, test the opponent, and create a scenario that you can fuck with them afterwards. Because you can do like a low forward after this, you can do a jump after this. If you do stand jab or whiff stand jab in front of their face, if they press a button into it, they'll get counter hit. If they don't press a button into it, they'll have to have a reaction to it. So you can either do another stagger, like that. So all of those things are like great ways. If the opponent's just blocking your fucking low forward drive rushes every single time, that's all the stuff that you like need to implement to get different ways of like winning the neutral and getting in. Yeah, see, the same situation I was just talking about. You're both delay jabbing or delay or doing a delay medium, and like his timing just happens to be beating your timing. So either like do different actions or find a way to change your timing for your delay actions. Yeah, see? And he's doing it a lot. So I would consider this predictable behavior at this point. Like, this is like the third or fourth interaction where he's just sit there, blocks, and then he does delay jab or delay crouch strong or something. And then he did it there. He did, like, delay fierce. This is kind of all he's doing. It's just that his timing just happens to be clashing with your natural timing that you're doing your delay actions from. So, one, you could make this less damaging to you. The main thing that you have to do in these instances is just change your delay timing. Oh, shit. Okay, I'll be right back. That took way longer than I expected, and it's killed my momentum. Momentum, I say. It's relevant. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up soon anyways, because I need fucking food. Alrighty. Damn. Yeah, see? You just did walk up, whiff, jab. You block something, then you just did... And then he, like, panicked, and he was trying to recognize the spacing. And then he did stand jab, you just smashed out crouch strong, immediately get the hit. It's a fucked up situation. So it's interesting, you actually sped up your delay low forward, and you actually did get the hit here. Beautiful. Nice. I was expecting you to need to use super there, but beautiful pickup. Nice. Yep. Sped up. Yeah, as you can see, all you had to do was just speed up your crouch medium punch drive. Your speed up your delay buttons, and now you're catching all of his bullshit delay buttons. Again, this is another instance. I genuinely think there's no hits that you're going to land more frequently when you're applying pressure in the corner than just like random stray jabs and light kicks. So normally, against a lot of the other opponents, I would say, like, you could afford to do more, like, when you're plus off of a dive kick, like, walk forward and throw, or throw loop them, etc. But, like, currently, against this guy, your style of play makes perfect, like, your normal default style of play makes perfect sense. The only thing you had to do was speed up your delay buttons, and you're immediately, like, clearing him. So you got hit by that delay button, for whatever reason. He hasn't changed his delay timing, so... But yeah, your mix could still be... I don't love how much you do like the light strings and how much you don't abuse the throw loops. And how much you don't do like other things like delay crouch jab or whatever else. That was a good attempt. It's unfortunate. He probably should have done a level 2 or something there. It's fine. This is just a rough situation. Nice. Yeah, beautiful. EXDP option select would have cleared that. I haven't been mentioning that, but that is like another one of those situations where like Akuma in the corner is so fucked up that that's a situation where I think it's like quite important if he's gonna neutral skip or whatever to get you closer to the corner, apply pressure. EXDP option select on that fake low forward would have been really good. Again, I think if you don't have a level 1, just doing the drive rush stand fierce into the charge hooligan side switch is better here. Nice DP. Okay, again, you're often doing, and you have often gotten blown up for doing this like dash forward heavy kick after your DP anti-air. You have often gotten challenged and blown up by that, like, Manon player over and over. This, like, almost fucked you over. Like, it caught him, but if he had just done a wake-up button, it would have beaten you.
Really?
That's fine. I mean, it's fucked up, but it is what it is. Nice. Okay, that was a bad dive kick. Not just because it whiffed, but that was like one of those autopilot spacings that I didn't agree with. And also, I don't think it makes sense to do against a burnout opponent. Oh my fucking god, I'm getting another call. Okay, I'm done. Alright, whatever.